Hi dolls!
Baby, go back in the bed.
Hey dolls, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, you know what to do. Go ahead and click the subscribe button below and become a part of the family. My name is Zuri and I do tons of fun feminine content on this channel, so if that's something you're interested in, please be sure to press the bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All of my social medias will be sprinkled in the description box below. So now that you know everything you need to know, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Happy Fragrance Friday! I really need to take those vocal lessons. So it is no secret by the title, you dolls know that today we are going to be reviewing Fantasy Sheer by Britney Spears. I am super excited to try this one out. As you dolls know, I already have two of her other ones and I've been wanting to kind of collect them and try them all out. It does have a photo of the bottle on the back, so I'm not entirely sure what it's going to smell like because this is a blind buy. I do want to just do a quick disclaimer to let you guys know that everything that I am going to be saying in my review is my own personal opinion. Please do go test out the fragrance yourself. Everyone has different scent palettes and they also have different body chemistry, so what smells like something on me may not smell like something on you. So definitely do your own homework, go try it for yourself. This is just my opinions and my thoughts and my platform, so let's go ahead and try her out. First things first, this is a 3.3 ounce and I paid $20, which I thought was a really good deal. And I picked this up at Ross, so they are carrying it right now at Ross, and I believe they do carry it at Burlington as well. Here is the packaging, you guys. How cute is this gorgeous bottle? But before we get into that, check out the box. It does have the same pattern and print as her other fantasy fragrances have. So I think that's pretty, like, it's cool because it's a part of the same line but just a different scent. So I think it is definitely fitting in with her theme that she has set, and I think it's just really pretty. I love the pink and the green and the silver together. I just think that's a pretty color combo. So let's go ahead and talk about the bottle a little bit. It does appear to be a pink glass bottle, and then the lid is plastic and the little neck of the bottle is plastic as well. Let me go ahead and give you guys a close-up because I'm sitting pretty far back. So this is what the bottle looks like close up. You guys already know because the first one that I reviewed I think was the original Britney Spears Fantasy, and that was the only one that I knew about. And I was like, oh, it's so pretty. I love the pink bottle. I wish it was like a lighter pink. And then this one is so pretty. Now the original Fantasy bottle is not sheer like this, like you can't see through it. It's a solid bottle. And I also believe the Fantasy Midnight, which is the other one that I reviewed, is a solid bottle as well. I'll be sure to link those review videos in the description box below, but I'm so obsessed with this. It's definitely giving fantasy. I love the shape of this bottle, which I've mentioned so many times before. And I also love the color of this pink and the little bitty rhinestones. Now the name of it is Britney Spears Fantasy Sheer, so that might be why the bottle is clear, which I actually think is a really good play on the name, so I am going to give it some points for that. Love the little lid. It's like the size, oh my god, it looks like a little tiny bubblegum ball, but that is what she's giving. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to rate the packaging a 9. I think it's so pretty. I love the pink bottle, and I also feel like it fits in with her brand and her fantasy line, so it's perfect. I do kind of a little bit wish the neck was the same color as the bottle, only because I think Fantasy and Midnight both have the neck part of the bottle the same color as the bottle, and I thought that that was really sleek and cool. But I also kind of like the idea of it being mixed matched and kind of matching the silver rhinestones, so I still think it's a really good packaging. We're gonna see for certain if it changes when I spray the fragrance. I'm gonna see if I have any issues with the spray cap. Okay dolls, so I'm gonna go ahead and read the fragrance notes off for you guys and her description. So it says, your next fantasy awaits. Softer than the iconic fantasy scent, this sparkling perfume embodies Britney Spears' sheer sensuality to create an alluring, lighter veiled signature. Oh, Oh, okay, so it's supposed to be lighter than the original. Sparkling, radiating like a kiss of flirty temptation, fruity notes of luminous lychee, transparent quince, and sparkling citrus water creates a zesty and bright first impression. Alluring, dewy, and fresh iridescent maggot and water lilies create the floral heart. A subtle sheer cupcake accord. Y'all know I am a gourmand girly, so I love me some cupcakes. Creates a softer, addictive effect that is airy and welcoming. This seductive mix perfectly settles into a cloud of creamy blonde woods, white musk, and a whisper of earthy iris. Ooh, I'm scared. Embodying Britany's sparkling spirit and sensuality, this glittering scent caresses your skin like a barely there silk robe at the start of a fresh new day. Lighter than the iconic fantasy Eau de Perfume, this floral gourmand fragrance radiates like a kiss of flirty temptation. Okay, wow, that description was so on point. It was poetic, which I would expect nothing less. I feel like all of the celebrities that are like singers that have fragrances, their descriptions are so poetic, and it might have something to do with the fact that they are singers. So it is described as a floral gourmand, you guys. So I'm excited to see, because you guys know I've been saying for a while I'm trying to get into more scents, and florals are like the hardest for me to get into. I am a gourmand girly. I love gourmand, so hopefully I'll be able to get along with this scent very well. I'm gonna do two types of tests. I'm gonna spray it in the air first to get a cold sniff and see how it smells in the atmosphere, for those of you who cannot spray fragrance on your skin because you have allergies and you're allergic. This one's for you. And then I'm gonna spray it on my skin to see how it marries with my natural oils and my body chemistry. Okay dolls, so I just went ahead and stood up because Pinky is trying to sleep on the bed, and I think I'm like waking her up every time I move around and I like talk. Let's go ahead and do an atmosphere test first. Oh, that's different. It is definitely lighter. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. I like this, but there also is something in it that I don't like. There's there's like a powdery note in here that I'm not in love with, but I also really like this. It's like a soft, sweet floral. I like this. It's just some type of powdery note that I'm not really a huge fan of, but it's not a deal breaker. Like, I still really like this. What? Okay, you guys, yeah, I really like this in the air. It's like really soft. I am getting like a strong lily scent. Let me look at what else I smell. Cupcake Accord. I don't necessarily get cupcake, but I do get like a sweet buttery vanilla note, but it's not necessarily cupcake, if that makes any sense. But I still really think that this is a very nice fragrance. There's definitely something musky about this in the air for sure. It's giving me woodsy musk, like clean musk though. It is sensual though. It's like a soft sensual musk. I definitely smell that fresh water lily in here. It's really, really nice, and it's something very sweet about it as well. I kind of want to say there's like this like melony, like, you know how certain melons have like a soft, sweet undertone to them? That's what it's giving me. It doesn't mention melon in here. It just says dewy, fresh, iridescent maggot and water lilies. Definitely smelling that water lily strong. Cupcake Accord, I don't really get that in the air. Like I said, I do smell a sweet, soft vanilla-y note, but it's not cupcake. You know what I mean? I definitely do smell, however, a zesty citrus. I'm also getting that lychee in there as well. I don't really smell the quince that well in the air. But I do smell the lychee, and I do smell the sparkling citrus water. So I don't know where this like powdery note is coming in at. There's something that is giving it like a powdery undertone that I don't like in the air, because that's giving me a little bit of like, not old lady, but just like, it's just not my style. Like, how do I say it? On the cold sniff in the air, 1 out of 10, I would probably give this, I would probably give it like a 5. Like, I don't hate it in the air, but it's something about it that's keeping me from like absolutely falling in love with it. And I think it's just the powdery note. If you're a girly who loves like powdery notes, then you're probably gonna like this. For me, that powdery note is just a little too strong. However, I think it might be the woods. Maybe it's just the woodsy notes. It's like a dry powder. I don't know, I can't explain it to you guys, but I don't really like the powdery note. I will say, however, it's in the air, but it is coming down quite quickly. Like, it is starting to dissipate quite quickly after I sprayed it. So that is kind of a little heads up I want to give to you guys, that it is a light fragrance, which they did mention numerous times in the description that it's meant to be a lot lighter than her previous fragrances. So just know that this is not like a strong in your face bombshell woo. Like, so in terms of like the description, it's definitely giving what it's supposed to give, except for that powdery note. I just love the lychee in this. It is so pretty and sweet. Ooh. For it to be a floral, you guys, I like it. What it kind of reminds me of on my skin, well, first of all, it's a lot more fruity on my skin. It's also a lot more potent on my skin, which I expected. I expected my skin to pick up those notes and draw them in stronger. I don't know why, and this is so random, but when I smell this, for some reason, it reminds me of a pink freeze pop. Do y'all remember freeze pops, like the little tubes with the popsicle juice in it? Y'all know what I'm talking about, freeze pops? It reminds me of a pink freeze pop when I smell it. Like, that's the first thing that pops in my head. It's like pink freeze pop. Anyways, this is a beautiful fragrance, especially on my skin. I am definitely getting much more fruity notes on my skin than I was getting in the air. I still smell the floral notes very strongly as well. I'm smelling that water lily. I'm also getting like a little bit of peony note in there. I'm definitely smelling that white musky note in there, and there's definitely a woodsy like undertone to it. I will say I am getting much more of the sweet cupcake kind of note. I hate to say that I'm smelling cupcake, because my interpretation of a cupcake is like bakery scent cupcake, and I don't smell like a bakery scent cupcake. It's more or less like cake batter or like cookie dough, in my opinion. But there is a very strong sweet gourmand note in there, along with these fruits and the floral. I think all of the elements marry very, very seamlessly together. I think they did a really good job with this one. I don't really smell the powdery note on my skin. That's so weird. Like, in the air, I was smelling this powdery note, but on my skin, I don't get that. There's also something very, very fresh and aromatic about it that's really, really nice. It's definitely a sensual scent, in my opinion. I definitely feel like this is a date scent. It can be a daytime or nighttime date scent, but it's definitely, to me, a date scent. This is just such a pretty spring scent as well. I feel like Easter Sunday, this would be a nice scent for Easter Sunday. It's just really, it's like sweet, florally, and it just reminds me of spring, you guys. I don't know why, but for the skin test, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 for me for the skin test. It is very, very potent on my skin, but it's not as potent as I would like. I am one of those people where I love strong scents if they're nice. If they're not nice, but I would have liked it to be a little bit more potent than it is. I do know that the fragrance is supposed to be a light sheer fragrance, so I get that. It's definitely a light, pretty scent. This kind of reminds me though of like a shy girl, like a girl who's kind of shy, but also in the dark, she's very, very not shy. Do you know what I mean? Like a Catholic schoolgirl, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, she seems all good and shy on the outside, but there's this like deep rooted sensual part of her. That's what this fragrance kind of is giving to me. When I think of a girl who would wear this, that's what I think of. So the reason why it doesn't get a 10 from me is because on my skin, I would have just liked it to be a little bit more stronger, and I also would have liked a lot more of the gourmand note to come through as well. Don't get me wrong, it's perfectly married. There's gourmand and floral that are like 50-50. However, for me, being a gourmand girly, I'm gonna want to smell a little bit more of the gourmand notes than the floral notes, and this was just like right down the center. So I would have appreciated a little bit more of a sweetie, a little bit more of a dense sweet like cupcake scent. But other than that, it's gonna get a 7 out of 10 for me. I really do like this fragrance. I think this is one that I will probably pick up a lot in the springtime. Okay, so for potency, you guys, I'm gonna rate the potency on this a 5 out of 10. The reason why I'm gonna rate a potency a 5 out of 10 is because for me, the way I rate potency is on the level of lowest level of potency to highest level of potency, and this kind of hits somewhere right in the middle. It's not overly potent, but it's also not supposed to be. It's meant to be a sheer, light, soft fragrance. So because of that, it gets a 5 because it hit the nail right on the head. But for me, I would have liked it to be a little bit more potent for me, just because I like potent fragrances. But other than that, it's really nice. It's still on my skin. And it looks like it is an oil-based fragrance because my skin does have an oil after sheen on it, which I do really like. I find that oil-based fragrances last a lot longer. Okay, dollies, let's talk about the price point. So for price point, I paid $20 for a 3.3 ounce. I think that is a steal for, first of all, this much fragrance. I would have paid $20 for the packaging alone, you guys. So for it to be great packaging and also a really good fragrance, I do think it's worth the $20. Now, if I had to pay the like regular normal $54 and upwards for this fragrance, I don't think that I personally would purchase it, only because I'm not a floral girly. I would only want to spend that amount of money on a gourmand fragrance, me personally, and also because I do like my fragrances to be a little bit more on the potent side. I just personally wouldn't spend like the normal $54 or whatever that they would charge for this fragrance. But for $20 from Ross, TJ Maxx, girl, go get you one, because $20 ain't nothing for this. Like, it's a steal. So for price point, I would rate this a 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Okay, dolls, let's go ahead and wrap up this little chat with our overall thoughts on the fragrance notes and everything together, just to give you guys an overall rating on this. As you dolls have already heard me say, I'm obsessed with the packaging. I would spend the $20 on the packaging alone, and I do feel like the fragrance does match everything that was in her description, and it did tell a great story. I do feel like this is like a sweet, shy girl on the outside, but when you get to know her, she's got like an alluring central side to her. I definitely felt that when I smelled this fragrance. So I personally think that this did tell the entire story. She is the main character. I think it did a great job with that. Like I said, the only thing that was kind of a miss for me was when I sprayed it in the air, that powdery note. I did not like that. And then also the potency level isn't as potent as I would like, and that cupcakey note is not a cupcake. It's more of like a vanilla, like a light vanilla, or like a cookie dough type scent, which is not bad. It smells really, really good all together. It's just I wasn't getting that strong cupcake note, and I would have really wanted to smell that. So for me, I'm gonna rate this a, let me see, y'all, let me see. Okay, so to be fair to my floral girlies and also my gourmand girlies and my floral gourmand girlies, I would rate this probably a 7.7 out of 10. I cannot wait to put this on my vanity, you guys. I think she's just gonna look so cute, and I cannot wait to try out a few more blind buys. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see me do a video where I purchase fragrances based off of the packaging and we try them together and we see what we think. But I can't smell it and I can't read the fragrance notes before I purchase them. I just have to purchase them by looking at the packaging. But that is it, you guys. I would rate the fragrance overall a 7.7. Really, really nice, central, sweet, soft scent. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and give it a try out. Let me know in the comments below if you do. Also, let me know if there's any other fragrances you dolls want me to try out, and I will put them on my my list. I love you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Bye, dolls. Hi, doll. Oh God, I'm so nervous. Why am I so freaking nervous? My name is C, and I love to do tons. First of all, okay. See, wait. I'm falling over. And then it says alluring, dewy, and fresh air. Wait. Let's wait for the plane to pass. Maybe, you know what? Is my camera leaning, y'all? My camera is leaning. I still smell the floor loads. Blah, blah, blah. I would only want to spend that much. Why can I not talk?
Baby, go back in the bed.